On behalf of KOCL, I extend a warm welcome to this 41st Annual General Meeting of your company. We are inspired by your benign presence and thank you for joining us in today's meeting. We look forward your continued support and trust in future. It is indeed a privilege for me to invite our dignitaries led by CMD, our function directors and Madam Sharma to come over the dais and occupy their seats. Please. Thank you, sir and madam. Members, I will introduce our dignitaries on the dais. At the center, Sri M.B. Subba Rao, Director Commercial and currently holding the additional charge of CMD. And he will be presiding over the today's chair in today's meeting. To the left of Chairman, Sri N. Vidyananda, Director Production and Project. To the extreme left, Dr. Deepika Sharma, our Independent Director, Madam is a member of the Audit Committee and she is also Chairman of our Stakeholder Relations Subcommittee of KOCL. On the right side, Sri S.K. Gorai, Director Finance, and myself, S.K. Party Company Secretary, I will be assisting you in conducting the AGM. On behalf of this August gathering, I welcome all the directors to this meeting. Due to the preoccupation, our other board members, Sri Saraswati Prasad, Sri T. Srinivas, who is from government nominees, and Madhav Lal sir, he is an independent director, could not attend today's AGM. On the floor, we have with us Sri Subhas Bhattacharya, the Deputy Secretary, Ministry of Steel, who is representing President of India in today's meeting. I welcome you to this meeting, sir. I acknowledge the presence of our internal auditor, Mr. Ravi Raj, to this meeting. I welcome you, sir. We have, for the today's meeting, 47 members are present in person and 9 members are attending through proxy. So, since the valid quorum is present, I would request our chairman to call the meeting in order. Thank you, sir. The register member, key managerial personnel, register proxies, and the register members are available at the counter. Members who desire to inspect the register, they can inspect, which is available in the counter. In case if any member, those who are holding the shares in a physical form, if they want to update the database, they may collect the forms from our registrar and send it to our registrar for updation with a valid proof. Members holding the shares in demat holding are also advised to update their database through their respective depositories. As a part of our green initiative, I would request all the members holding the shares in physical form to register their email IDs with us, and those are holding in demat form with their respective depositories. This will facilitate us to forward all our statutory and other relevant information from time to time. We are also posting the regular updates in our website, and we are also informing to our stock exchange for information of the general public. We'll start today's proceedings with a national song. May I now call upon Sri E. Rasmi to invoke the song.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam Malayaja Sheetalam Sasyashamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyotsna Pulakinayaaminim, Shubhrajyotsna Pulakitayaminim, Fullakusumita Dhrumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram. कोटि कोटि कंठ कल कल निनाद कराले, कोटि कोटि कंठ कल कल निनाद कराले कोटि कोटि भुजैर द्रुत कर करवाले अबला केनो मा एतो बले बहुबलधारिणीं नमामि तारिणीं रिपुदलवारिणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरं तुमी विद्या तुमी धर्म तुमी हृदि तुमी मर्म तुम ही प्राणः शरीरे बहुते तुमी मा शक्ति हृदये तुमी मा भक्ति तोमारयी प्रतिमा गडे मंदिरे मंदिरे वंदे मातरम त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहारण धारिणी कमला कमलदल विहारिणी वाणी विद्यादायिनी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलाम् अमलाम् अतुलां सुजलां सुफलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं श्यामलां सरलां सुष्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरं सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां सस्यश्यामलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं.
Thank you, Erasmiji. By lighting the lamp, we bow down the knowledge as the greatest of all forms of the will. May I now request our dignitary sitting on the dais and the presidential nominee to light the lamp. Thank you. We will now formally begin the proceedings of the today's meeting. Before we proceed, I am pleased to bring you to your kind notice that as per the section 108 of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 20 of the amended Companies Management and Administration Rules 2015 and Regulation 44 of the SEBI LODR Regulation 2015, the company has provided the facility to cast your vote electronically on all resolutions set forth in the notice. I hope many of you must have casted your vote through electronic medium to promote the Green Initiative. However, members who have not casted their vote electronically yet and present at this meeting, we will provide an opportunity to cast your vote at the end of the meeting. Members may please note that there won't be any voting by show of hands at this AGM as per section 107 and 108 of the Companies Act. I would request Chairman Sir to address the gathering.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, good afternoon to all of you. It is a great honor and privilege for me to preside over the 41st AGM of your company, and I welcome each one of you for this special occasion. As you all aware, KSL was established on 2nd April 1976 with a mandate to mine and beneficiate low-grade magnetite iron ore in Chakkamangaluru district of South Karnataka. KOSL had successfully completed 4 decades of service to the nation. Since then, the company has weathered several hurdles and has made many landmarks in the history of iron ore mining, beneficiation and pelletization in India. In the last 4 decades, the company has established itself as one of the reliable supplier of iron ore pellets and has created a brand image for itself. Its products has now again restarted entering into global markets like China, Iran, South Korea, and first ship to Japan we are going to load on 10th of September. Starting with a positive note, firstly, our long-standing aspiration for obtaining a captive iron ore mine for sustained operations of the company has been fulfilled, with Government of Karnataka's issuing in Gazette notification dated 23 January 2017, reserving of 470.4 hectares area in favor of your company for iron and manganese ore in Devadari range, Sandur Taluka, Ballari district, Karnataka. The company has been striving hard to operationalize the mine in the quickest possible time. A roadmap has been prepared with the specific timelines, and the same is being closely monitored, and we are expecting to start mining operations in 2019 around April or May month. Another important event was to facilitate trading platform to shareholders of the company upon listing of KOSL share on NSE and BSE. This marks fulfillment of investors' need for creating sustainable value of their investment in company. In view of the wide range of advantages associated, we request shareholders holding shares in physical form to dematerialize in the holdings. Your company has taken up with Ministry of Steel, Government of India for disinvestment of Government of India's holdings so as to comply with the 25% of minimum public shareholding norms as per SEBI guidelines. Hope decision for devolution of government stake will be taken in the near future. The annual report for the year ended 31st March 2017, along with the AGM notice, Director's report and audit annual accounts of the company has been circulated to you. With your permission, I take them as a read. Now with your permission, I would like to dwell upon the developments in the Indian economy and iron and steel sectors. The economy. Indian economy is looking up with brighter prospects amongst the world major economies today. In the last fiscal, in spite of currency reforms and other global disruptions, the economy has recorded a growth of 7.1%. In fact, it is still one of the fastest growing economy in the world. With the implementation of GST, we entered into a new era of Indian economy. Certainly, metal sector is expected to gain from this change. The present government, since the last 3 years, has undertaken systematic efforts to implement deep structural reforms to unlock the full potential of its economy. The government's flagship program in the manufacturing through Make in India and a new mindset is expected to propel India onto a double-digit trajectory growth path. This augurs well for demand growth for the metal sector in the long term. About steel sector in the industry, world steel production increased by 0.8% from 1498.2 million ton in 2005 to 1628.5 million ton in 2016. The upward movement in global production was supported by 1.2% increase in China to 808.4 million ton, as well as rapid growth of 7% in the Middle East. State support in the form of subsidies and tax breaks enabled Chinese steel producers to maintain elevated levels of steel production in 2016 in spite of subdued market conditions. Elevated levels of China's steel production propped up global demand for iron ore. The year 2017 has started on a strong note in terms of production, with crude steel output worldwide rising 7% in January in year-on-year terms. Steel demand growth returned to positive territory during 2016 and for many economies only late in the year. During financial year 2016-17, steel production in India witnessed a jump of about 9.3% year-on-year. The crude steel production stood at 98.11 million tons. Good internal demand combined with the backing of government in the form of levy minimum import duty, that is MIP, to rein the cheaper imports resulted into enhanced performance of steel sector. Good performance of steel sector boosted iron ore production. During the financial year 2016-17, Indian iron ore production surged by 28% year-on-year to 182.33 million tons against 142.5 million tons in the previous year. The prices of iron ore initially witnessed a decline trend and then started moving up. The prices touched a bottom of rupees 1,450 per ton at the end of the first quarter and started moving up from the third quarter. The pellet prices have also followed a big jump in the prices. The price remained low till first half of the year started moving up from second half again. About the National Steel Policy of 2017. Under the strong leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, India has achieved stability of governance, giving strong push to reforms, raising infrastructure spend and robust consumption demand, providing a platform to reach per capita steel consumption of 160 kgs from the current capita of 62 kgs per head, and the total steel capacity of 300 million tons by 2030 as envisaged by National Steel Policy 2017. Also, trade remedial measures to be taken by the Government of India will provide level playing field to the strategy industry to revive investment cycle and create employment opportunities. Now let me take you briefly through the company's performance during the year gone by. Dear shareholders, despite the challenging global economic environment, your company made a smart recovery in terms of capacity utilization and value creation as compared to last year. About production, during the year, your company has produced 1.46 million tons of pellets in comparison of hardly 1 lakh tons in previous year, thereby registering a growth of 1360% on year-on-year basis. On the dispatch front, your company sold 1.37 million tons of pellets against 0.409 million tons in the previous year, a jump of 239% year-on-year basis. Total sales including export quantity 0.898 million tons, which is almost 65%, and balance 0.489 million tons were sold in domestic market. About financials, during the year, your company has registered profit after tax of 47.93 crores from loss of 80.15 crores in the year of 2015-16. Profit before tax is fiscal 2016-17 was 31.22 crores against loss before tax of 89.67 crores in 2015-16. Sales turnover registered a growth of 353% to rupees 929.36 crores from 205.57 crores in the previous year. I also like to mention that the company is laying more emphasis to reduce its cost of production and also overheads through internal modification program for sustained pellet plant operations. About dividend, your directors paid an interim dividend of rupees 0.11 per share for the financial year 2016-17 during February 2017. A further final dividend of rupees 0.26 per share was recommended by the board. The aggregate dividend is maintained at rupees 0.37 per share. This amount to pay out rupees 23.47 crores by way of dividend and rupees 5.02 crores by way of dividend distribution tax. The overall payout ratio including dividend tax is around 59.44% of the net profit. Performance during 2017-18. Considering the good performance during the last 2 quarters, our previous financial year, your company has set a higher production and dispatch target of 1.925 million tons, which is almost 32% higher than the actuals achieved during financial year 2016-17. Your company has started the financial year 2017-18 with a good note, surpassing the quarterly target of production achieving 0.49 million tons and dispatches 0.423 million tons. This is a record of last 3 years. Your company during the first quarter 2017-18 achieved revenue growth and profitability as compared to quarterly performance of the previous years. The performance during the month of July and August 2017 was encouraging as good volume growth was witnessed. Based on the economic scenario and outlined earlier, your company does have a positive outlook for the rest of the year. About company's growth strategy, the company is in the process of strategic expansion and diversification aiming at exponential growth for long-term sustainability, viability in the competitive market environment. A part of the expansion and diversification plan of the company has been outlined with an ambitious capex plan of 5,000 crores, which will be spent for the development of Devdar iron ore deposit, including setting up of a 4 million ton beneficiation plant and 2 million ton per annum pelletization plant, along with other infrastructural facilities at Minehead. Your company is also contemplating on making blast furnace unit as a forward and backward integrations. Status of Kudrmukh mine site. Your company had several rounds of meeting with regards to implementation of Honorable Supreme Court order at Kudrumukh with the Central Empowered Committee and concerned government departments. As a result, CEC has directed the company to submit detailed proposal with regard to the handing over the infrastructure to the government and retaining minimum infrastructure within the company for its future requirement. The proposal is being prepared for submission. About corporate governance, the philosophy of the company in relation to corporate governance is to ensure transparency, disclosures, and reporting that conforms fully with the laws and regulations of the company in order to promote ethical conduct and practices throughout the organization for enhancing stakeholders' value. Your company is committed to comply with the provisions of SEBI Regulations 2015 relating to corporate governance and the guidelines on corporate governance for central public sector enterprises issued by Department of Public Enterprise, Government of India. The option of voting on proposed resolutions through electronic mode has been given to members in the compliance of Section 108 of the Companies Act 2013. The annual report 2016-17 has been sent electronically to those members whose email addresses are registered with the registered under transfer agent, RTA, or depository participants. I look forward to receiving your full support in this endeavor to contribute towards a greener environment. A separate session on corporate governance furnishing applicable details of format parts of the director's report. About social responsibility, your company has been an early adopter of corporate social responsibility initiatives. In pursuance to the Section 135 and Schedule 7 of the Companies Act 2013 and the Companies Act Rules 2014, your company has utilized the carry-forward amount from the previous years and executed few projects in the area of pure and safe drinking water, promoting education, healthcare, etc. for socio-economic development activities for the betterment of the society. The company spent about rupees 38.19 lakh for this purpose. Your company also actively contributing in Swachh Bharat Swachh Vidyalaya Abhiyan with construction of several toilets at various government schools and colleges. Auditor's comments. The statutory auditor's report has already been circulated to all the shareholders. I am glad to inform that the statutory auditors have no adverse comments on the accounts of the company for financial year 2016-17. In addition, C&AJ, after having reviewed your company's accounts for year 2016-17, have given a nil report. Other initiatives. In line with Government of India's various schemes, your company actively participates and promotes various programs which are as under. One is Skill India initiatives. Honorable Prime Minister vision of Skill India embarked the implementation of important skill development, skill training to the youth of India. In this direction, your company has undertaken skill development and started a skill development center in its blast furnace unit premises at Mangalore. Promotion of solar power with an objective of participating in governments of India's initiative of achieving ambitious target of 40 gigawatt of rooftop solar power by 2020. KSL had set up 380 kWp grid-connected solar rooftop plant available at rooftop area of 3,940 square meters at Mangalore. Digital transactions. KSL has also implemented 100% digital desk transactions at its township and has conducted various workshops in collaboration with banks for promoting digital transactions. Before I conclude, on behalf of the Board of Directors of your company, I wish to convey earnest thanks to all the shareholders for your continued support and trust in us. This motivates us to excel in all our pursuits and constant endeavors to create value for you. I take this opportunity to thank Minister of Steel and other ministries, departments of Government of India for their unstinted support and valuable guidance. I also acknowledge the support extended by the state government, especially Government of Karnataka, our valued customers, auditors, vendors, and all other authorities and regulatory agencies. I would like to thank my colleagues on the board for their valuable guidance and contribution in steering the company for scaling new heights. Above all, I would like to place on record the commendable efforts and commitment shown by our most valued resources, that is human resources of the company, as our employees have always contributed their best of the company to set a new benchmarks. On behalf of the board, I also take the opportunity to acknowledge the efforts, commitment, and constructive cooperation of the trade unions and their representatives in the operation of the company. I thank you all once again, and I look forward to your continued support in the year end. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Chairman Sir, for providing the insight about the previous year's performance and also the providing the growth strategy for the company. On behalf of shareholder, I thank you. We have a pleasure on the dais with us, Dr. Deepika Sharma. She is independent director on our board. She joined our KOCL board on 10th of February 2017. Madam Sharma is MBBS by profession and currently she is active in politics. She is a spokesperson for the Delhi state in BJP. Madam, I would request Madam Sharma to address the gathering.
Well, good morning, everybody. I feel extremely happy. This will be my 5-minute presentation will be 2 minutes technical and 3 minutes from the heart. As shareholders, I'll be addressing you. So please do listen carefully. Honorable dignitaries sitting on the dais and all you very, very valuable shareholders, and as far as I'm concerned as independent directors, for me, you are the biggest dignitaries. First of all, I would like to thank CMD Mr. M.V. Subba Rao ji and the company KIOCL for inviting me as an independent director and as a member of the audit committee to address you and to thank you for the trust that you have shown in the company. Just to let you know, Mr. Subba Rao ji has already given you the figures that we've had this PAT of 47.93 crores this particular year against previous year's loss of 80.15 crores. That is significant. Second is our earning revenue from operations has increased 929.36 crores against previous year's ka jo operations tha 205. So that is a significant jump. Then as you already know that we have acquired a mine in the Deodhar and we are in the process of operationalizing it very, very soon. Then the pellet production capacity of the company has significantly jumped. This year we produced 1.46 million tons of pellets and sold whatever we produced, we managed to sell them off also, which is a very, very good indicator of performance on the company. And then, of course, we are following the command which is given. The command is always given by the leadership of a country. And the Honorable PM is very vocal, is very clear in his vision about the economy, about his steering of the public sector units into an arena of profitability. I would like to tell you one thing is this, that I joined this company as an independent director only in February 2017. But what I saw over here, I'm narrating to you a personal experience that the management of this company, including the CMD sir, including our financial directors, including the operation directors, including the company secretary, everybody, I have seen the plant at Mangalore. I think today KIOCL is having one of the best management people any company could have. A simple indicator, forget about a person from a finance background, a simple indicator of that is that the KIOCL share, which was a dormant share, you know, a company like KIOCL, Kudramukh, I am from North India, I am from Delhi. In Delhi or in Northern India, I visit all over India. Whenever I speak about Kudramukh, you know, especially veterans, old-timers' eyes, they immediately sparkle. Kudramukh. Kudramukh has been, is still, and I'll tell you, in future, Kudramukh will be one of the companies to be looked for. A very, very simple indicator कि जिसका शेयर नवंबर में 11 रुपीस था, in March 16 rupees हुआ. I think today morning, it traded at 115 rupees a share. And I was watching the shares of Steel Authority of India. The share of Steel Authority of India was trading at 60 rupees a share. So I genuinely feel that the management has done an excellent job, whether in terms of good governance, as an independent director, as a member of the audit committee. I would like to tell you and assure you that we are the eyes, the ears of the government, which is holding 99.9 stakes in the company. As a member of audit committee, I would like to assure you that we are sitting here as watchdogs, looking at the company's affairs and of course, their presentations, their audit presentations. But what I want to say above and all, the only indicator of a company's performance is pure economics. That is how your shares trade and what is the brand value of a company. I like to tell you that India today's India of 2017 is actually and truly steering towards a clear, transparent, and good governance policies. It is a fact. It is a fact known to everybody. And the Honorable PM, the man at the top, and the Honorable Finance Minister, in fact, the entire cabinet or the government is doing its best to introduce best governance and corporate policies in the entire PSUs as well as in the entire financial sector. I would like to tell you that in the future, KIOCL is a company to look forward to, and as shareholders, I would advise you that please be more interactive in the sense of that please log on to the website, please follow the Twitter account of CMD KIOCL, which is giving you per day or at least 2 days, there's always a tweet about the company's performance. Last week, because I follow that Twitter account, last week the CMD official wrote on the Twitter account that the company's financials have significantly improved. And the Ministry of Steel and the minister himself, Honorable Chaudhry Birender Singh Ji, he actually liked that tweet. He gave a like to the tweet. So the minister giving a like to a tweet is significant, that a constitutional authority is actually endorsing the fact, yes, that the company has done well. So whether in terms of Skill India, Digital India, Swachh Bharat, our corporate social responsibilities, I would like to assure you that in coming 2 years, not too far, given the management, and management is only dependent on 2 factors. Only on 2 factors companies run or institutions run. Number 1 is good governance and transparency. Good governance and transparency. This is where the role of independent directors and audit committee members come. And number two is, what is your appetite? What is your appetite to do well than your other companies in the same field or in other companies? So I think on both the parameters, KIOCL stands its ground, and I feel that with the acquisition of this mine and it getting operationalized, in next 2 years, I would want all of you not only to increase your investments. This is a futuristic thing that I'm telling you, that whatever spare little money you have, increase your investments in KIOCL because this is the company to look forward to. It has already had a glorious past. The horse, the symbol, is has not even to this day lost its horsepower. So I am telling you one thing, this is the company to look forward. It has a glorious past, golden history, and looking at the present management and the way it is conducting the affairs and the ministry, I thank the ministry that the ministry and the Honorable PM and the PMO is giving all their support to revive and to jump this PSO to the olden glorious past that it had. So with these words, I'll end my speech, but I'll surely want to end it with a couplet. And please do remember, though the couplet is in Hindi, but try to understand the spirit of it. The couplet says that कैंचियों की धार, scissors, कैंचियों की धार क्या तोड़ेगी, कैंचियों की धार क्या तोड़ेगी मेरी परवाज़ को, परवाज़ is heights, कैंचियों की धार क्या तोड़ेगी मेरी परवाज़ को, क्योंकि मेरी उड़ान मेरे हौसले से होती है, मेरे परों से नहीं. Thank you so much and God bless all of you.
Thank you, madam. As Dr. Sarma has said, independent directors are basically a ear and eye and the watchdog on behalf of the shareholder. Although her association with KFCL is hardly 6 months old, but he has went into the root of this company, and he has shown the confidence and the faith he has reposed on the management on its affair. Madam, we thank you on behalf of all the audience, and we look forward to your support in future in all endeavors. Now I shall read out the auditor's report. Right. The auditors have submitted the report on 29th of May 2017, which is addressed to the shareholder. Chairman Sahib has told, auditors has given a nil, without any qualification, they have submitted the report. So this is being the first year of the Ind AS implementation. Along with the auditor's report, they have given annexure A, B and C to the auditor's report, which is given in the annual report. The first is to the members of the KOCL. Reports like that, report of the standalone Ind AS financial statement. We have audited the accompanying statement, a standalone Ind AS financial statement of KOCL Limited, which comprise the balance sheet as of 31st March 2017, the statement of profit and loss account including other comprehensive income, the statement of cash flow and statement of changes in equity for the year then ended, and a summary of the significance, accounting policy and other explanatory information hereinafter on the financial statement. The report is signed by Mr. R. Ponappan, member, SIP number is 21695 from Anand N. Ponappan, Chartered Accountant. We have also received the secretarial auditor, which is a requirement under the Companies Act also. This is secretarial auditor has also submitted the report based on the compliance issue. The report is also given in page number 63 of the annual report and okay, thank you. Now I will request our Chairman Sahib to take up the resolution which requires the shareholders' approval. The first item is.
So first we will take up item number 1 of the notice, which is adoption audited balance sheet as at 31st March 2017 and the profit loss account for the financial year ended on that date, together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon and comments of the Controller of and Auditor General of India. I would now request the members, if they have any comments to make or any queries to be raised to this item, shareholders are requested to restrict their questions to items mentioned in the notice.
If any queries, then please, yeah. Yeah. Mike.
This is Kamlesh Shah here, a very small investor with you, as you will be aware. It's very happy to see your balance sheet when we see the top line and the bottom line. And basically the EPS, the basic and diluted, it has been positive. This shows that the company has achieved many milestones under the able leadership of Mr. Chatterjee. Whatever possible was done, he has done in his period of 5 years. I wish the same should be continued. And there is nothing much more to comment in the company. But there are actual few defaults like the combination of the executive directors and the executive directors remaining vacant, I require you to comply with the SEBI guidelines and the DPI guidelines and all. Once more, I thank you for the company, and I wish it will give much more dividends and returns to the investor in the future years. Because I have seen this company when it was unlisted, it was not trading. Now, seeing the figure of 100 rupees, it's a great thing. But I wish to thank Mr. Chatterjee, who has put his 5 years of effort, and we are seeing these results. Thank you, sir.
Any other shareholder would like to, any query? So we'll move to the next.
Yeah. To declare final dividend at the rate rupees 37 paisa per equity share for the year financial 2016-17, including the interim dividend of rupees 0.11 for equity shares already paid by the company.
Sir, our company has declared an interim dividend at the rate of 1.1% on the paid up capital, amounting to 6.97 on 10th of February of 2017 out of the free reserves. In view of the improved financial performance during this year, the Board of Directors has recommended a final dividend of 50% of the PAT if approved in the today's meeting, which works out to 37 paisa, 11 paisa which has already been paid, 26 balance paisa will pay per share after the approval. Next one, sir. We'll move to the next
Item 3, to reappoint, of course, myself as a director who retires by rotation. Yeah.
Anybody else can
one. Sir, you.
pertaining to you.
Regarding reappointment of Sri M.P. Subbarao as a director who retires by rotation. So, anyone has any observation?
I will propose combination. You can take. I propose.
So,
Mr. Kishore Das again.
okay, so this is correct.
Yeah, you can pass over to the chair.
So reappointment of Sri N. Vidyananda as a director who retires by rotation.
I think the requirement is not there now.
Not required because it's a valid is then. Yeah.
Next, in pursuance to the provisions of section 139, 142 and other applicable provisions, if any of the Companies Act 2013, the Board of Directors be authorized for fixation of annual statutory audit fees payable to the statutory auditors for the financial year 2017-18.
So I would like to inform that Office of the Controller and Auditor General of India on 4th August 2017 reappointed Mrs. Anand Ponappan as a statutory auditor for the FY 2017-18. The next one. Next. Yeah.
Item 6, in the pursuant to the provision of section 161(1) of the Companies Act 2013 and rules thereunder, including any statutory modifications or re-enactment thereof for the time being in force and the Articles of Association of the company. Sri S.K. Gorai was appointed as Additional Director, Designated Director of Finance with effect from 11/11/2016 and who holds office up to the date of the AGM and in respect of whom the company has pursuant to the section 160 of the Companies Act 2013 received a notice from a member in writing proposing his candidature for the office of Director, if appointed as a Director of the company, liable to retire by rotation.
Next. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So we'll move to next.
Item 7, in pursuant to the provision of section 161(1) of the Companies Act 2013 and rules thereunder, including any statutory modification or modifications or reenactment thereof for the time being in force and the Article of Association of the company, Sri Saraswati Prasad, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Minister of Steel, Government of India, was appointed as Additional Director, designated as a Government Nominee Director with effect from 8/2/2017 and who holds office up to the date of this AGM and in respect of whom the company, as pursuant to section 160 of the Companies Act 2013, received a notice from a member in writing proposing his candidature for the office of Director, if appointed as a Director of the company, liable to retire by rotation. Now, item 8. In virgin to the provision of sections 161(1) of the Companies Act 2013 and rules thereunnder, including any statutory modification or modifications or reenactment thereof for the time being in force, and the article of association of the company, Dr. Deepika Sharma was appointed as additional director, designated as independent director with effect from 10/2/2017, and who holds office up to the date of this AGM, and in respect of whom the company, as pursuant to section 160 of the Companies Act 2013, received a notice from a member in writing proposing his candidature for the office of director, if appointed as the director of the company, liable to retire by rotation. Next item 9. In pursuance to the provision of section 148(3) and all other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and the company's audit and auditors rules 2014, including any statutory modifications or reenactment thereof for the time being in force, Sri Shivanarayana G, partner, Mrs. Giridhar Ramakrishnan of Mrs. PKR Associates LLP, cost editor, appointed by the board of directors of the company to conduct the audit of the cost records of the Ballot Bond unit of the company for the financial year 2017-18, be paid a remuneration of ₹50,000 plus applicable taxes, other out-of-pocket expenses to be reimbursed on production of bills. Any questions on your first resolution, please?
We acknowledge the presence of Sri Sivanarayana Ji, his partner from PK and Associates Cost Auditor in this hall.
Thank you very much. Now when it comes to the matter of how the procedures for voting will proceed, I would like to turn the microphone.
Sir, thank you, sir. As I explained to you in the beginning, as per the statutory and regulatory requirement, KOSL has provided remote e-voting facility through CDSL to enable the members to participate electronic and all the subject of this AGM. And as scheduled, the remote e-voting was kept open for the period of 3 days. That is from Monday of 28th August 2017, 9 a.m. onwards, till Wednesday of 30th of August 2017 till 5 p.m. Sri S.N. Misra, practicing company secretary, who is available in the hall also, was appointed as a scrutinizer by the board of directors for supervising and conducting the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. Members who have not participated in the electronic voting and are present here will get an opportunity to cast their vote. The ballot papers have already been given to you as a shareholder. Whomsoever has not voted, please may vote and put the ballot form in the ballot box, which is kept inside the ballot box. The scrutinizer shall immediately after the conclusion of the voting at this general meeting unblock the vote cast through remote e-voting in the presence of 2 witnesses. So I will request 2 shareholders to volunteer to come forward and will witness. In the employment, those who are not in the employment also, and make not later than 3 days of the conclusion of the meeting a consolidated scrutinizer's report of the total vote cast in favor or against, if any, will be given to the chairman in writing. I now request Sri S.N. Misra, practicing company secretary, to explain the procedure and casting a vote through ballot process and conduct the ballot voting. Mr. Sir.
Please fill your name properly and the number of shares and give your consent whether in favor or against. Clearly, then put into this box.
hope everyone casted their vote. Now I am continuing my speech. I hereby authorize Company Secretary to declare the results of the voting and place the results on the website of the company at the earliest. The resolutions are set forth and notice should be declared to be passed today, subject to receipt of the requisite numbers of the votes. I thank all the shareholders for their participation, suggestions, and declare the formal closure of the 41st AGM. Now I will request to all stand up for the national anthem.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नाम